Hi, everybody. It's Linda G coming to you from Northern California. A nice sunny day, chilly outside. It's my favorite time of the year. Um, I want to talk about, first of all, I didn't get a lot of people done with your questions because of the pick a card, or not pick a card, because of the free reading. So the people who won yesterday was Sabine Magpie, who's already contacted me, and Deborah Watson. And then today I'm doing members for pick a card, one half of the alphabet, and I'll pick one from that group. And then next Sunday, the other half of the alphabet, and I'll pick one from that group. In the meantime, I'm going to be checking in with YouTube because my daughter found all this stuff that in order to do giveaways. So I don't know, it's illegal or what. I know that Sterling's wife had mentioned something to me, and I'm going to ask her too. But I need to find out, make sure. I don't know why they would say it's not okay to just give away 30-minute readings. I'm not asking anybody to even subscribe, so I'm not quite sure. So, okay, I'll let you know as soon as I hear. Let's see. Here we go. All right, you guys. So I want to get where you had asked me all those questions. So did you guys hear that Donald Trump was booed loudly by the audience at the Notre Dame Cathedral? Zelensky was given a standing ovation. Okay, so let's get down to brass tacks here. First things first, let me just open up where I asked you guys, because you guys gave me like 300 some odd questions. But we want to hit what's going on right now. And in the Syria thing, this is a huge blow to Putin. And also, there was rumor that Assad's plane had gone down, but apparently he's alive and well in Moscow. I see something happening with him. I don't know because he knows too much or what. But the thing that I'm flagging, it's interesting how all this is happening. They talk about, I'm not an astrologer, but they talk about this Pluto thing going into Aquarius. And I can't help but wonder, is this part of the new beginning for peace throughout the world? Because apparently the main guy that was fighting, that started the fight in Syria, because they're saying, oh, it's terrorists, but apparently he did belong to a terrorist organization, and he's proclaiming he's not that anymore. He's the one telling people when they act out, just let them leave, don't kill anybody. And he also said there would be a voting. Now, I'm not going to say it's beautiful, no worries, no. But there's a new beginning going on. Look at the marching going on in Georgia, the march going on everywhere. And I see Putin really worried. And don't forget, I thought even by Christmas time, I saw him sweating and I saw him running. And he's furious that everybody's so kind to Zelensky. And he's not happy with Trump. I don't know what Trump's been saying lately. But Trump had an interview with somebody from ABC, and he told her that he was going to get rid of people who were American citizens, but their parents were undocumented, which means Melania's got to go, right? The other thing he's going to get rid of is he's going to do the tariffs. And he said, yeah, may raise prices. He doesn't care. He does not care. You think Putin's being looked at with distaste. So is Trump. And I always never see him taking the oath. I think there's so much stuff coming in, and it might even have something to do with Syria, because apparently there's a place where KGB records are that they said if they release that or even give it to the United States, and there are some troops in Syria from the US, if they say go pick up that stuff or even pay money for that stuff, they're going to find out a whole bunch of stuff. And one of them is going to be about that woman with the streak in her hair. She's not going to be able to get in. She was in Syria's pocket for a while now. She's considered the Russian sweetheart. And you guys know who I'm talking about, the wicked witch with the thing. So yeah, they've got too much stuff on her. Too much stuff on her. But okay, I gotta look really, let me take a look at Syria. And then I know if Trump's gonna get in. I just feel like there's some sort of huge thing coming up, and I see people behind closed doors, and I see them saying, look, bada bing, bada boom, he's in the hands of a foreign investor and he cannot be president because of this. And did you guys see the picture of him being mad at Musk in France? And he was wagging his finger at him, and Musk walked off all red-faced and embarrassed. Oh yeah, I told you things was getting ready to crack. Okay, so let's take a look, see. Now, Trump will lie and do what he needs to do to be America's sweetheart, but I don't think he's even going to get in there. I think there's some big stuff coming up, which will probably cause a semi disruption, because, well, the thing is you want American people to say, oh, heck no, we don't want this. But his people will say this is made up and it's a lie. That's why I go back and forth. Does he go in and then causes such disruption with his own people that they say, get him out? I often felt it was his own people saying, get him out. You know, because people just are not going to take this anymore. And then you have Mike Johnson up there saying, yeah, well, Matt Gaetz is a private citizen, so you can't have this information on him. And then he turns around and says, no, even though he got a pardon, Hunter Biden is still up for grabs. And he's a private citizen. So they talk out of both sides of their face. Angel of light and mercy, tell me about Syria. Hold on, I got this thing like stuff. Okay. This here. There we go. Tell me. Beautiful day, you guys. And if the Niners lose again today, we might as well close shop. You know what I'm saying? And you know, my friend Arlene that has that show, her and her son are both going to be in the hospital the same day. If you could send out prayers, I'll do prayers this week. She's having back surgery and her son needs an ablation. I'm not worried about the ablation, but back surgery can take a while to recover. Tell me about. Putin is not happy with Assad. In fact, he's blaming Assad for a lot of his worries because he doesn't feel Assad is strong enough. Assad has that mean part to him where he probably, when he was young, killed animals. But he's not a powerful person, and it was up to Russia to keep holding him up. And I think they're done and dusted. They're nervous about losing equipment. There's a naval base and some other stuff. In fact, I just heard a whole bunch of people are heading to the naval base. But he put people in prison just because one guy was in prison 40 years because he beat his son at some game. 40 years. And they were opening up the prisons for the women to come out. And they were scared. They weren't leaving. They were like, you know, they were afraid. And then they said, no, we are free now. And the tears and the elation, it was beautiful. Okay, so tell me. Okay, so thank you. So my guide who talks in my ear just said Syrians will know freedom. So I don't care who's going in there. There's no religious aspect on this. This will be a free country. Doing well, actually. Most of the people lived on the poverty line. But Assad, in the meantime, had only the best and stayed at the best places. And let me tell you something real quick before I keep going. There was a show I watched on YouTube. Destiny is the name of the show. And this guy goes through and listens to people on different shows and gives you the facts. And apparently, I didn't know this. You guys might have known this. There was a rumor that Zelensky's wife spent $1 million at Gucci's. She spent $1 million at Gucci's in New York when she was there. And everybody was up in arms. Oh my God, she spent $1 million. And whoever this person that said it, who wasn't for real, presented a Gucci invoice or whatever. And what they failed to do was to change the date on there, because the date was a date she was never in New York. So it was a total lie. But it was Russian propaganda trying to have everybody up in arms because she spent this money. But just FYI, if you heard that, it's not true. Okay, now. Syria. Sweet Syria. Everybody's celebrating. Everybody's toasting the Two of Cups. The Nine of Cups, wishes come true. It's going to take a little bit to get things sorted, maybe all the way into September. But isn't it interesting how people said, God, that was fast. The Eight of Wands, swiftness. Behind them is death and destruction, behind them. And before them is the Six of Cups. So people coming from around them, people who like Syria, people saying they're going to help. I'm not seeing them in bed with Israel, though. I see they don't trust Israel. Neither do I. So lightheartedness, new beginnings, the Wheel of Fortune, fortune's fate, picking up the pieces. Oh my God, look at this. And the sun. You don't have to worry about Syria turning into some terrorist state. They're actually going to go forward. And it's because remember when I saw Russia getting rid of Putin, and I told you it was going to be a bit because they're going to be playing with different people, but nobody's going to put up with this stuff anymore. This is the Pluto in Aquarius. This is the new beginning. You're going to see more nations standing up saying, hell no. Somebody just said to me that Putin gets his chart done too. Interesting. Oh, he's furious at Trump. So let's ask what Putin thinks. Assad is gone. And now I can't guarantee Assad's safety because Putin thinks of him as a liability. And you know what happens to those people? They usually fall out a window or something. Now, Assad wants to go to the table and talk about getting Syria back, but Putin's not interested in him being the leader. What is Putin thinking? Somebody was on that Destiny show and he said, only when we've had presidents who've drawn the line to Russia and said, you know what, go ahead, do your nukes. Because I think my son even said, Mom, you notice how we never say, oh, it doesn't matter if we're nuked because we won't hit back with nukes, because then it'd be open. Everybody would just start hitting us. He said they always have that line that hit us will hit you. So what is he thinking? What is he thinking? He really needs Trump to be in office, but see, Trump's not working with him. He's showing he's pompous. He's acting like he's king for a day. Even Elon's trying to help, but you saw that fight they had. So I've told you he was going to shuffle off Elon. He's like, oh, hell no. I don't have to listen to you. It's not that he's going to be a good president. He's still going to be terrible, but what is Putin thinking? Angel of light, give us the truth and only the truth. He's trying to pick up the pieces, and the tower is across from him. More to come, you guys. More to come. Here's President Biden on the top, looking at the world, trying to figure out which way to go. The world is upside down in his house, and there's a lot of disappointments coming up for him, and battling, and illness. Okay, so he's going to try to ride his chariot, but he's not going to be able to get things going. He's losing money. He's bleeding money. And what's happening and what scares him is that we know that he's weak. Listen, had he not hit Ukraine and he was still the Russia he was, he would have been able to stop all this, but he just didn't have the resources or the people. So he's about ready to go down. Now, tell me the latest on Trump. I do think that Americans are sitting at the table, top-notch Americans, talking about some amendment that they can stop Trump from being president. Beyond a reasonable doubt. Part of the reason they're nervous is because it'll piss off the people that voted for him. But if they can prove that Putin was in the middle of this, they'll still be pissed off. Tell me about Donald Trump. Angel of Line of Mercy. We don't wish ill will. We just need to know what is the outcome. I see him really turning against Elon. I really do. And if you've noticed, you haven't really heard from that Verdict or whatever his name is. You haven't heard from him. Somebody's in Trump's ear. Somebody's even saying to Trump, Musk is treating you like a puppet. Somebody has told Trump, yeah, that he was blinded by the money, but something's going on. Something's going on. So he's got the Ace of Swords reversed. Things are going to really turn upside down. Judgment against him. Ten of Swords on the top of him. Out of the blue stuff's getting ready to happen. Some of it has to do with monies, exchange of monies, which could be foreign monies. Ten of Pentacles and the Tower. Something big is getting ready to happen, you guys. Even his wife is involved. She's upside down. America will be torn apart. There's going to be a lot of upheavals. You think they're fighting in Syria, they'll be fighting out here, but our army will keep it in check. Something big is coming out. Could even be because of Jack Smith. I don't want you guys to lose hope yet. Okay, I'll give you the other case scenario. If he does in fact go in, there seems to be some sort of delay. But if he does in fact go in, he's not going to last long. He's got the Tower, the Ten of Swords. Something big is getting ready to happen. You think people were out for the United thing, health thing. Big time stuff is going to happen. People won't be afraid. They're going to say, you know, I have nothing to lose. Especially with messing with the VA and stuff. I mean, it's just blatant disregard. These people are foreigners coming over here, acting like king for a day. And then you got Trump saying, I'm going to get rid of anybody whose family wasn't born here, his parents wasn't born, are not U.S. citizens. Well, Melania's first in line with her Einstein. That's so, it's not true. Okay. We got so many questions from you guys. 45 can be stopped. Lupe said, can he be stopped? Yes, he's going to drown himself. He's going to do enough to hurt himself. And whatever he's doing, he's waiting for the other shoe to drop. Okay. No, I don't see Biden stepping down to let Kamala be president. Good idea, but I don't see him doing it. Oh, a senior citizen march in DC. There's going to be a women's march coming up. Yes, Jack Smith will release this evidence before Trump leaves office. And Putin, same thing, Putin, Trump. Trump announced out loud he was going to get rid of NATO. I'll tell you, if other countries are standing in with Biden right now saying you need to get rid of this SOB, I see it as clear as day. What can we do to help? The drones that are over the skies in New Jersey are Chinese and Russian. They're spy drones. They just need to be shot out of the sky. They're sky drones. No, I don't see the US coming out of NATO because NATO actually knows that that's Trump speaking. That's not what real Americans want. Some big, you saw those cards, you guys. That's just not business as normal. That's boom, boom, boom. So there was a reason for all this to happen because this will take him down, way down. Okay. And did you see Mrs. Biden, the first lady in France? Oh, she looks so beautiful. And Macron did what he needed to do. He was kind to him, but everybody's all mad. Oh my God, why is he even, because he's a diplomat. Now, of course, most nations won't take Trump. But he got invited to come, and Musk had to be right in the middle. And let me tell you what, Musk is in trouble. I see it as clear as day. And I see Trump snapping at him, and I see whispering in Trump's ear, because people don't like Musk. People within his administration don't like him. He's trying to make you a putz. He's trying to make you look weak. Watch what happens. Putin has lost so much military equipment. They're going in for his navy in Syria now. They like those two bases that they have in Syria. They're going to lose all of it. But the most important thing is intel that's within Assad's palace will be removed and leaked or given to certain maybe not the US, but UK or something. And there is going to be so much information on that. So I love it. There's going to be so much. I'm sure people are sweating it out as we speak. Somebody said, when can Ukraine end Russia? Well, I see Ukraine fighting strongly. Even if Trump got in and he said, no, we're not going to help you. It doesn't matter. All the other nations are helping them. But I would say not necessarily the end of Russia, but the end of Putin. It's coming up. About almost a year ago, I said I saw Putin leaving. I saw him running, sweating, maybe gone by Christmas this year. But it'll be soon. If it's not Christmas, it's soon. Okay. Yeah, let me tell you, Desiree said, are they going to mess with government pensions? Oh, hell yeah. They're talking trash, and it's about ready to boomerang on them. What a bunch of dummies. Why would you announce all this horrible stuff you're going to do so Americans can start rallying and start marching? Why would you do that? Why are they saying we're going to get rid of Social Security? I want to end it. I want to pull it out by the roots. A guy who's living wealthier than ever I want to end it by the roots. Oh, hell no. Andre is fine. I just talked to Andre. He has some sort of, he called it the Trump virus. He's got some sort of virus that's got him under the weather. I've been hearing about a lot of people having that, coughing and malaise and stuff. So he's feeling better. So I'm going to talk to him again. Hopefully I can have him on the show. Any info as to the reason for the Hague explosion today? Oh, I didn't really see that. Let me look that up. Yeah, MSNBC is going to keep falling apart. As you know, there's a big fight between Rachel Maddow and Morning Joe. And also that other lady that's on after Lawrence. I still do watch Lawrence. I tape him. What's her name? Anyway, she's little, she's petite. She said Biden had no right to change his mind. And it's like, what's wrong with you people? Is there no mercy? You show more mercy to the Orange Crush than you do with a sitting president and his son. He had no intention of doing that. But when he found out, remember I told you guys, he wasn't going to do it. And then as he was listening to Trump, I think when Trump visited the White House, he even said, what about Biden? What about Biden? And I just feel like he knew he had to protect his son. And the end of this month would have been when he was formally given his sentence. His sentencing was the end of this month. And he had no choice. But anyway, she's all, well, I stand by what I say. I said, this is the reason nobody's watching your show. I have no time for you. The fact that you don't allow mercy for our sitting president, but you do allow it for the Orange Crush, who's the worst thing that's ever happened to this country. Forget about it. Forget about it. Yeah, Pete Buttigieg. What's going to happen to our wonderful Pete? Let's look at Pete's future. Pete. And they do want to go after, the Republicans have a hit list, by the way. But what they don't realize is Democrats have a hit list too. There's a lot of people out here that are not going to put up. For instance, you're going to see a total change with health insurance because they're not going to put up with these people pocketing and then killing babies. They're just not going to put up with it. And they will go undercover and there's more than this guy. There's more. Now, of course, you don't want people getting killed, but I'm just saying they're going to cause enough fear. It's like Putin. If you did disagree with Putin, you fell out a window or something. And what happened is people lived in fear. Pete Buttigieg. Somebody also put underneath this, is NATO going to declare Article 5? And when I heard that, I heard a big yes. Oh, that yes. Let's read on that next. Let's look at Pete. Tell us about Sweet Pete. What's your Pete? That guy with the eyes that go like that, he's not going to be in charge. I guess McConnell, who I'm not a fan of McConnell, two-faced and everything. He just had a big meeting with Republicans, and he was very sorry that he did not impeach Donald Trump. He said that out loud. You'll woo the day you let this crazy man. And then he thought he was untouchable. So Biden really loves Pete. Pete's going to travel the world. He's going to travel the world. I don't know if he'll live in the United States. He may pack his stuff and go for fear with his family. But what's interesting is that Biden's in front of him. So does Pete really go? Or is Biden still president? He stays, and then I see Pete traveling the world or conquering the world. So we shall see what happens here. You know, if Trump was in office, he would try to get rid of gay rights and marriages. Is NATO going to declare Article 5? This is from Donna. Let me just tell you guys, if you don't know, because I'm not necessarily a professional on this. Article 5. I thought I broke my screen on my iPhone. I dropped it in the kitchen. There's a little crush over here. And so I made an appointment at Apple, and my son came home and look what happened. I broke. He said, "No, that's your cover." And he pulled it off. It's like, they were telling me it was going to cost $375. So we ordered some new screens. Da-da-da, problem solved. Okay. Article 5 on the North Atlantic Treaty. That's what they're talking about. The Article of NATO's founding treaty establishes collective defense pact among member countries. If a NATO member is attacked, all other members consider an attack on all members. Each member will take action to assist an attacked member. The Security Council will be immediately notified of the attack. Measures will end when the Security Council has restored international peace and security. This feels more like a military attack, but I felt like Article 5 is very strong. So let's see what Article 5 is with the United States Constitution. The article outlines, okay, proposing amendments. Congress can propose amendments with 2/3 vote, and each house. State legislators can also propose amendments of 2/3 in state legislators. Ratifying amendments. Congress determines which method states must use to ratify amendments. Article 5 doesn't seem like through Congress, because Congress right now is run by repubes. So, but if there's a national security development, remember I always thought Trump's own people would have to turn against him? That might be something that comes up if it's a national security. So by national security, if we find out beyond a reasonable doubt that Trump has been playing in the pockets of all these people, accepting money like that poor Washington Post guy that got Khashoggi got murdered, was because he was writing an article about Jared Trump and the $3 billion. Jared Trump had him taken out. Okay. They are not going to get, I told you I saw him in the yellow or the orange jumpsuit. He's going to prison. I've seen it. I know it. I know it's going to happen. I wish I could tell you the same with Orange Crush, but I feel like he's not going to make it long enough. And I don't care what anybody says. When the NATO man went and talked to Trump at Mar-a-Lago and then the ambulance came, he was giving him some information that he knew would demolish him. Okay, so let's go back to our questions. Why does MTG want a pardon? Because she was part of this. She was part of the January 6th. She knows eventually they'll catch up with her. Oh, will Satan be the next Secretary of Defense? He would be happy to take the job. Let's look if Trump doesn't really like him. Maybe because he's fearing that Satan won't kiss the ring. Tell me about, does Satan take the job? And then we'll look up Kash Patel. At the crossroads, I don't know if he takes it. He might have something against working for Trump, and he knows his hands would be tied. I don't think so. I think he's making tons of money off Florida right now. He'll just stay there. Okay, so, but let's look at Kash Patel. Will Kash Patel pass the mustard? If they keep saying no on everything, it just might mean that he's not getting in office, you guys. No way. But I do see a lot of disruption in the streets. I see a lot of marching. It's almost like we're going back to the Vietnam War kind of energy, that people marching in the streets. Trump has to be very careful because I see a lot of people already talking about things that they want to do because of him taking away like VA. They want to get rid of VA healthcare. I mean, what the heck? They want to get rid of healthcare with nothing to replace it. It's absolutely crazy. Now, this is something that the people could fight and take it to the Supreme Court. And I do see the Supreme Court voting to overturn what Trump's trying to do because they know it's just ridiculous. Kash Patel, are you going to get in? The thing is about Trump, when he's really got his back against the wall, then he starts being nicer. But it's all a fraud. Tell me about Kash Patel. He's upside down. This is Trump too, upside down. Cross with, he wants to get excited about getting this honor. He's very excited. He thinks he could do a good job, but he's going to be hanging. They're not going to be able to push him through. The sun is reversed. Looks like a woman might get it. The hairpin is a no decision. There's too many things in his background that they decide, no, not for us. Okay. Let's look at the outcome for Elon. Is he going to be deported? I see him in trouble. I've told you. So much trouble that he slides out, that he knows he's got to get out. If Harris had won, they'd already be starting to talk about what they're going to do to Elon because he's a big mess. Will Elon be deported? I don't see him deported. I see him escaping. He's going to go back to his country. He's from Canada, but Canada won't let him there. The angel of light will protect us, and he will be blown away. Something's getting ready to smash this man, and people will be happy, very happy. Under the table, secrecy, CIA, somebody's letting him know you're in trouble, boy, and he's going to have to go. And I think Trump will turn on him too. So we shall see. Did you see Melania is selling Christmas ornaments, like they believe in Christmas? She also is the only one, somebody announced, the only first lady that is also featured in Pornhub. Anyway, well, she looks great. I mean, if I looked that good, maybe I'd be on Pornhub too. I see Trump trying or still talking about Social Security, but I don't see it happening. So either he doesn't get in, or when he gets in, he realizes I'm in big trouble if I do this. Calmer people will be talking in his ear. They're not going to let him do what Elon Musk is trying to do. So you guys, I have to get ready. I'm doing my members only today. So I will talk to you all soon. I still have a lot of questions here. And I'm doing a show Monday with Mel. I need to put the little poster up. Thank you all. I'll catch you on the other side. Cheers.